ability and skill of the Indonesian 26, Eman Sulaeman. So that's 26 Sulaeman in goal for the Indonesians. It's an early strike by the 17, Agna Silkop. So Silkip there, the number 17, making himself known early on. We've also got number 9, Indonesian captain on the field, and that's Visan Wantoro. So Wantoro, the number 9. Mexico, of course, the current men's champions, so we're expecting some exceptional football from them. It's easy to get carried away with the majesty of the Indonesian haircuts and the incredible story of the Indonesian goalkeeper, but don't forget you're also watching a side in Mexico that are here to win this thing. On the pitch for Mexico, we do have number 4, who's Nestor Guadalupe Zavela Zaraya, so that's Zaraya we're going to go with for number 4. We also have the number 7, Vasquez, closest to the camera, and I'll bring you the rest of those when we get clear sight of that. So that's Sikop building. Nice effort. It's all been Indonesia at the start, which is an important thing to note, especially with the prowess of the Mexican organisation. Ball out by Sulaeman. So, of course, these organisations differ greatly in where they bring their players from. Some of these players, of course, everybody's experienced some form of homelessness. Excellent stop by Sulaeman. Well done to regather as well. These players have experienced homelessness. Sometimes we have people that have suffered from drug or other substance addictions, alcohol addictions, or they've just been people that have fallen out of step, been isolated by society. It's a great diving attempt, though. The number 4 in goal, Zavaja, had that all covered, and he's also the captain, number 4 and captain Zavaja. A strong goalkeeper does make a strong team at this tournament, so expect to see a lot from the Mexican keeper, but of course Sulaeman in the Indonesian goal is excellent as well. Another good stop, but it's all been Indonesia. Sheer pressure. This is a game of football we're watching here. Quality can, of course, differ between teams at this early stages until teams manage to streamline against each other. But I tell you, these are two teams that could go all the way. Mexico, we know, are good, but Indonesia have that heart and that ability, and they've got quality all around the pitch. Strong, we've got number 9 on the field, Wantaro, that's the captain on that far side. Number 17, Sikop with the ball now, back to Wantaro. Nip that one in, but it's the 5 for Mexico coming away with it, Bernal, that's Bernal on the ball now. Out to Vasquez, Bernal loses it, back to his own keeper, a little bit shaky from the Mexicans. This is not the domineering Mexican performance we've come to expect from minute 1. Lopez, number 6, on the field now for the Greens. Nice bit of skill, but that could not have been a stronger tackle at the back from number 17, Aga Siakop. He read that all day. Good ball across though, but you can see the sheer power of the goalkeeping by the number 4. That ball almost got its way to Edinburgh. Indonesia, of course, massive fans' favourites, not just due to their goalkeeper, but they're brilliant all around the tournament. They've last year there was lots of tears during their national anthem, and the haircuts, of course, make them instantly recognisable. In the box there for the Mexicans never would have counted. Free kick for the goalkeeper. Of course, encroachment into the box does result in a free kick if that's by the attacking side. By the defending side will result in a penalty, and likewise if the keeper was where to leave his own area. Speculative effort by Wantaro, never really going to get anywhere. The trick is to keep those balls down. Stadium filling up very nicely as it's hit about lunchtime here in Glasgow. Of course, if you are listening and you are in Scotland or in the Glasgow area, we are going to be commentating on these games. And that's it, though. That's the opening goal of the game. Cut my own self short. Mexico knocking that in from the centre of the field. Excellent strike by the number 5, Luis Fernando Armazono Bernal. So that's Bernal with the opening goal for the Mexicans. Excellent start by them. And we've got a bit of space, but the referee on the far side, there's 4 round every game, the referee on the far side has blown up for a free kick, they have the power to do that. It's not just about the man in the middle at the Homeless World Cup. So all free kicks are indirect. You can see the Indonesians jostling for pressure there. This would be an upset if Indonesia were able to get a win against this Mexican side. Very much the powerhouse, the Brazil, if you like, of this tournament, even considering this tournament does contain a Brazil. Excellent defence. It's number 6, Lopez, getting himself down. That ball slid across by the 7, Vasquez. Only the post denying him. It's another one across again. They're able to use that lack of reach. And that's another one across. What an effort. Number 5, sublime work. Luis Fernando Amazoro Branel. Sublime work from the Mexican. That's 3. Indonesia, you've got to say, are a little bit unlucky there, but you cannot compete with that level of insane skill. So Mexico starting to take a little bit more control. We've had a substitution for the Indonesians to cope with that. Rom Seroni is on the field. That's the number 5, Seroni. Good save, though, Sulaeman. Ball out, found his man, attempted a little bit of acrobatics. Unfortunately, he might be in red, but he's no Shaqiri today. And then we've seen a bit more of it. The skill level from the Mexican side. They select from a player pool. Every state has their own competition that goes to a national competition that selects 40, then 16, then 8. These Mexican men are the best of the best. Of course, it's not just about football for Mexico. The program is huge and people come from all sorts of backgrounds. There is an aim, of course, to still bring players that deserve this opportunity, that have earned this opportunity. But let's make no bones about it. Mexico are a strong footballing team. So at half-time, we've got Mexico 3 and a spirited, dare I say, plucky Indonesia 0. Of course, if you want to interact with us at any time during this tournament, you can do that using the hashtag HWC2016. We've had some great tweets in from people watching in Ireland. The Irish boys having an excellent performance. I've got what a performance from Colin O'Leary by Ireland today. Well, it was a beauty to watch, and don't forget, Ireland are one of the stronger teams in the men's competition as far as I'm concerned from what I've seen so far. And of course, the Homeless World Cup is streaming live on the Homeless World Cup website. That's homelessworldcup.org. We've got 3 streams with multiple cameras covering pitches 1, 2, and 3. It's an excellent setup here by QTV Sports in Glasgow. But we've only got commentary running across pitch 1, but that's for all day, for all 23 matches, which is going to involve myself, Tom Crosby, and my co-commentator who will be joining you for the next game, Rory Hamilton. If you want to interact with me directly on Twitter, you can tweet me using @TDCrosby. Or, of course, you can watch any of these games 15, 20 minutes back on YouTube. So about to get underway. Indonesia need to find something to get back into this match. They've got the skill level, they've got the ability, but you can see latently within the Mexicans what they're able to do when they get a bit of space and a bit of imagination in their heads. We've got number 9 on for Mexico now. That's Gonzalez taking the ball in. Out to the number 4. Neat little bit of skill and a brilliant stop by Eman Sulaeman. Ronnie, little slip. Not every player wearing studded or bladed boots. You'll find a lot of people wearing sort of things maybe more suited for an indoor gym or some very light AstroTurf, maybe of the old sandy style rather than this 3G pitch. The ball across, Sulaeman covering well. Just you wait and see the reaction from this crowd, though. If and when Indonesia get one back, which you can only feel is inevitable with the level of skill that they've got, when that ball goes in, this place is going to erupt. Mexico, of course, do bring a great squad with them. They also bring extra players who have earned the right to come to this tournament, and they come as sort of, you could argue, a type of cheerleader, maybe. There's a lot of sombreros and Mexican wrestling masks in the crowd throughout the tournament. But, of course, Indonesia have won all the hearts this tournament, just as Namibia are trying to do the same. Indonesia have been at the forefront of that movement. Back to the keeper. Mexico controlling. There's not been many clear chances for either side, but Mexico have buried the ones that they've had, including the spectacular effort earlier on. It's good covering by Sulaeman in goal. That's a ball out, but again the defence is there to cover. It's a tough that's a mismatch of sizes, but Ronnie's not messing about with that. And that's a shoulder in the back, I'm afraid. That's going to be a free kick any day of the week. Those boards are not made out of marshmallow. Number 4, Zavaza, screaming for it. That's the captain. Strike, but covering defence as well. So, just 3-0, 9 minutes gone. Tense and tight. Indonesia not out of it. Things can turn quickly in the Almost World Cup. There's been a little catch to the face. Man went down. I think the George Square sniper's been in operation there. He's caught him, but it's not as bad as all that, I don't feel. Don't forget, of course, if the referee does deem a challenge to be strong enough, you will see a blue card issued, and that is a 2-minute sin bin. So the team will go down to just 3 men on the pitch. Quite rare to see that. Also extremely rare to see a red card in this tournament. It's very important, though, that these teams do control that aggression and that anger and do control these challenges, because if they're level in the group, this will not go to goal difference. It will be disciplinary record first. So any blue card, any red card could really set your team back when it comes to qualifying for the later stages. Gonzalez in defence. Able to cover from Saroni. It's another tough challenge by Ronnie. For a man that's 5 foot, he puts himself about like a good 6-footer. Well chested down. This Mexican side, tall, athletic and rangy. There's definitely a disparity in size with the Indonesians that are on the field at the moment. The Indonesian side last year wasn't quite as small and as nippy as this. They had some bigger, stronger players able to control in the centre and then knock balls in. This Indonesian side's a little bit of a shift, not so much tactically, but in who they've brought to the game. So we've got a penalty for Indonesia. This is the chance for this stadium to erupt behind this Indonesian side. And it's easy in the end for the goalkeeper and captain Zavaza.
So still Mexico lead by 3 goals to 0 on pitch number 1, under 3 minutes remaining in this match. Each game is 2 halves of 7. If you have just joined us, welcome along.
Number 5 and goal scorer Bernal knocking his second in of the game. Bernal's been brilliant this match. Acrobatic, efficient and clinical. Had a substitution though, number 13 onto the side. That's the Indonesian goal we were all waiting for. Excellent effort by the little blonde head rascal on the outside, and he scored another one, but we've pulled that back for a foul. Been a little bit of niggle in this game that we've not really seen in other matches, but of course Mexico are a strong side, Indonesia are a strong side, and when 2 great footballing teams come together at the Almost World Cup, sparks can fly. It's a brilliant goal though by Aga. Aga Sierkop, the number 17, with the first for Indonesia in this match. Only 2 minutes left. With a game as tight as this, it's going to be tough for them to get back into it, but it's great to see that happen. Indonesia, of course, a great crowd favourite, and if you're watching on the live streams, I'm sure they're going to become one of your favourites too. It's a substitution, a player off. That's Bernal, the double goal scorer.
And get yourself a free bottle of water if you're one of the first 20 people there. You also get yourself a cap, the official Scotland strip, as worn by the men and the women. You can buy that as well.
Great ball out by the goalkeeper. Gathered up by Sulaeman. The ball out. Captain Wantoro back on the field for Indonesia. Tough tackle again. Both teams giving each other no quarter whatsoever. Bizarre commando roll by the number 7 Vasquez there. It's difficult with the size disparity such as it is for the Mexicans to not be hands all over the Indonesians, who are able to just nip in front of them, behind them and round them to an extent that they can't do. That's a late challenge though. Very late by number 13, Nadini Sayafol. Not seen a card in this match, but it is the best candidate for any sort of blue card that I have seen so far. It's an excellent strike. Nice ball across the face of goal. Zipped in. That's the number 6, Giovanni Guerrera Lopez. This will be very encouraging for the Mexican side with 30 seconds left. Neat, though. Nice to see the captain, Wisan Wantoro, getting a well-deserved second goal for Indonesia. Indonesia are one to watch. Keep an eye on their games. Look at the schedule, www.homelessworldcup.org. Take a look at this Indonesian team. They're one of the most inspiring at this tournament, bar none, and they're a great footballing side too. Bit of space for Mexico. Excellent save by Sulaeman. Bounced out. It's very clinical leg work from Sulaeman as well. See the level of skill that he possesses is second to anybody, second to nobody, frankly, in this competition. And that's the game over. Mexico 5, Indonesia 2.